to try out a John Deere X300 here that the customer said we're having a problem with the mower deck. It's not milling level. It's actually supposed to be digging into the ground on the one side. So we're going to give it a try here, see what it's doing, and see what we can do to get it fixed up and milling level again. It's a little hard to tell, but there definitely is a problem there with the right side cutting significantly lower than the left side. So let's see what we can do to get it straightened out for them. This little tool right here is what we start with to check the height of the blades. This actually measures the height from the blade's cutting tip down to the ground. You need to make sure that that is right on the cutting edge. And you get your measurement here. You can see that this one is about between 1.5 and 1 5/8. So then we come over here to the other side, put the edge of the blade height gauge right on the edge of the mower deck, or on the edge of the mower blade, and you can see we're at almost 2.5 inches there, right between 2 3/8 and 2.5. So there's the problem. It is definitely just set at the wrong heights. Next step, actually the first step, should be to check the tire pressure. If your tires are underinflated, overinflated, it'll definitely throw off how your mower deck's cutting. It'll throw off how the whole tractor sits. So we're going to go around here, we're going to check all 4 tires. This particular model, 10 pounds of air in the rear tires, 14 in the front. And we'll do that, and then we'll recheck the deck, see if the blades are any better or any closer from side to side. Alright, we set all the tires to the right pressures, and now you can see we actually gained a little bit there on this side. One rear tire was a little low, front tire it was close but still a little low. Now we're at about 1 7/8 on this side, for the blade height from the floor to the blade tip. And here on the other side of the mower deck, we're right about 2 1/4. You know, it wasn't too bad on this side. The tires were off by just a little bit. So we're getting closer, but still not close enough. So we're going to have to make some adjustments on the mower deck itself and how it hangs from the tractor. We'll adjust it side to side, and then we'll recheck everything again. So here's our new results after we adjusted the deck hangers there. We got 2 1/8 inch over here on this side, the discharge side, and we'll go around here and check the other side. So here we are on the opposite side. This side was already the higher side. As you can see, we got the gauge in there. It's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of dark in there, but we've got the gauge in there right on the blade tip, and we are dead on. 2 1/8 on this side as well. So it doesn't get any more accurate than that. Alright, we're back out here at the same spot for round 2 now that we've adjusted the deck, the tire pressure, all that stuff. See if we can get a more level and more accurate cut out of this mower deck. it is. You can see on the right is where we mowed after we changed things around with the mower deck to get it cutting a little bit more level compared to the first try when it came in, you know, with the complaints of it not cutting very well and digging it on one side. You can see here where it was definitely cutting way too low on the right side. Over here, got a nice even cut. Looks much, much better. So that's pretty much all there is to getting your mower cutting level again, and you know, your yard, your lawn looking nice and smooth. Getting rid of that step or you know, one blade digging into the ground, the other side way up in the air. You know, step one, check your tire pressure. And this goes for zero turns, riding mowers. That's number one. If you don't know what the tire pressure is supposed to be, a lot of this stuff has it marked on there. You know, your owner's manual will have it. General rule of thumb for most lawn tractors, 14 psi in the front, 10 in the back. Pretty simple, you know. Go around, check the tire pressure, get it set right. Next thing to do is invest in one of these mower deck leveling gauge. We have them available here at Buck Hardware. I think they run about $8.99, something like that for them. You know, it's really simple. As you saw in the video, this arm goes up. Put that right against the cutting edge of your mower blade. Make sure that the arm's not hitting on the deck or the rim of the deck or anything like that. And you actually have it on the cutting edge. You know, if it's a mulching blade, they got the curves to them. You want it on the outer edge part of it. You don't want it in the high curve part. But it's real simple. Get your measurement, go around the other side, get the measurement there, you know, adjust it accordingly. Still not cutting level. You need to look into the mower deck itself. You know, is there something underneath there that you're not seeing? You know, did you hit a tree limb? Did you hit a tree stump, a pipe, something like that? You know, one of your blades bent. What we always like to do is you measure the blade height from the ground up with the leveling gauge on your blade tip. Then you spin the blade a full revolution around and measure the other side, make sure the blade's not bent. Every once in a while you get a bent spindle. That's kind of hard to do these days. I mean, your mower deck's usually going to bend before your spindle will bend. But, you know, if you bring the mower blade around again, check the other side, it's measuring the same, then you know your blade's still straight, and it's obviously something with the deck. You know, the next thing to do would be pull the mower deck off, or if you have a lift, you know, you can always lift it up. You know, but you want to line the mower blade tips up, like maybe you saw in our one video there about our deck straightening. But you basically line the two mower blades up, go straight across, you know, horizontal, and make sure the tips are lined up. Make sure one's not higher than the other. You know, you can look down through there, they should be both lined up like that. So if they're level there, you're going to get a pretty level cut. You know, the only other thing would be is if it's bent at the outside, you'll notice that, you know, like we said, when you use your leveling gauge, you'll notice that one side's way off, and that side there would be the one you would look at. Spin the blade around and see if it hangs down past your deck shell, or, you know, there's any interference there or something. Might have hit a rock, might have hit a baffle under your deck, something like that, to throw it out of whack. But that's it, pretty simple. You know, any problems or anything with your mower deck, or trying to get a nice level quality cut, just stop in and see us and we'll take care of it. Or if you're the kind of person that lives in the woods, or you just, you know, run over the kids' toys, things like that, laying out in the yard, you don't see them. You might want to think about upgrading to something like this Husqvarna right here. Fully welded and fabricated mower deck, heavy duty. You know, you might bend a blade, but you're not going to bend that mower deck. And if you do, you will know it. You will know you hit something. So there's other options out there if you do have that problem of hitting stuff quite often, you know, rather than racking up the money and getting the mower deck fixed, you know, replacing spindles, stuff like that. Invest in something like this. A little heavier duty, last you a little longer. You know, real simple to clean out. Powder coated, so it's not going to rust out, rot out, or anything like that anytime soon. So there's plenty of options out there. You know, don't waste your money on throwing parts at something, hoping it's going to fix it. You know, your deck's not mowing right, you throw mower blades on there, you throw a spindle on there, it's still not mowing right, and it ends up being that your one tire is lower than the other, or, you know, one of the tires is overinflated. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, just stop, ask, or just bring it in and let somebody that knows what they're doing handle it. You know, this right here, these mower decks, every one of them that we put together on a new tractor, we do the tire pressure, we level them, everything's done, you know, from step one all the way to the end, you know, A to Z. So we make sure that they level, that the decks are level and they mow nice and flat. It's not the kind of service you get at most places. You know, you go and you buy something like this at a place that's not a dealership, you're not going to get a dealer assembled tractor. You're going to get one that somebody who probably knows less than you threw together. So that's another big thing. Always make sure you buy your new stuff from a dealer so that you know what you're getting, and if there is a problem with it, you know where to go to get it taken care of. You know, you can go right back to them and say, hey, this is wrong with it. They'll be able to take care of you. So that's pretty much it for this. You know, check out our other video. We have one on YouTube there of, you know, how we straightened out some mower deck, a mower deck or two that, yeah, they hit a tree stump. Blades were off, had a big gap in them. You know, we don't use the old sledgehammer and, you know, stomp on it and pound away until you think it's close, and then tell the customer that's as close as it's going to get. We actually have a more precise way of doing it to get it more accurate and really get those blades lined up like new. So, like I said, any questions, just stop in and see us. Give us a call. You know, no reason for you to be chewing up your ground and tearing up your grass. You know, and it's just simple to do. So, thanks for watching.